thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
LeBron James lit the match, and the internet caught fire. All he did was congratulate Caitlin Clark on a stunning WNBA debut. A simple tweet, triple dub CC, great way to kick off the season. Just applause for a rookie who dominated in her first professional game. But to some people, that praise was treason.
He's commented about myself, and I just saw this morning he talked about women's basketball in general and how good the game is and the stars in our game, and he knows what he's talking about. He pays it.
Suddenly, LeBron wasn't a four-time NBA champion or global icon. He was the villain. Why? Because he dared to call out greatness when he saw it, and that greatness happened to come in the form of a white rookie from Iowa. That's all it took for the knives to come out. Angel Reese fans were furious. Social media turned into a war zone, with people accusing LeBron of selling out, picking sides, and worse, all for recognizing a performance anyone with working eyes could admit was legendary.
And that's like one of my idols. Like, LeBron is the GOAT to me, so I don't know, it was just like a crazy moment where I got to meet him in the back, and then for him to go out of his way and like wish me luck on the season. And he really does follow the WNBA, and he watches, and he loves and appreciates basketball, and he loves and appreciates the way the Fever and my teammates play.
But here's the real kicker. The backlash wasn't really about LeBron. It was about what Caitlin Clark represents. Her success disrupts the script. She wasn't supposed to shine this fast. The league had already chosen its stars, and Clark wasn't at the top of that list. So when she started taking the spotlight, the claws came out.
Of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing the professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen.
And let's be honest, Angel Reese wasn't celebrating Clark's success, she was stewing in it. Every headline praising Clark was treated like a personal attack. Every compliment felt like a slap. It didn't matter that LeBron said nothing negative about anyone else. Just acknowledging Caitlin was enough to make Reese supporters implode. The jealousy? Unmistakable. The insecurity? Loud and clear. Make sure you guys don't forget to subscribe to the channel. What really shocked people was how quickly this turned from sports praise into racial outrage. Tweets flooded timelines with accusations, some even saying LeBron lost his black card just for supporting a rising star. Like lifting up one woman meant tearing another down. But if Angel Reese wants to be the face of the league, why isn't she acting like it? Why is her focus on Caitlin's applause instead of her own stats? Because deep down, everyone knows the truth.
And that's like one of my idols. Like, LeBron is the GOAT to me, so I don't know, it was just like a crazy moment where I got to meet him in the back, and then for him to go out of his way and like wish me luck on the season. And he really does follow the WNBA, and he watches, and he loves and appreciates basketball, and he loves and appreciates the way the Fever and my teammates play. And
Caitlin Clark is a problem, not because she talks big, but because she delivered. Her debut was a statement. Fast breaks, deep threes, elite court vision. She was cooking defenders like it was a backyard barbecue. Meanwhile, others were more concerned about being on camera than on the scoreboard. And when LeBron gave her props, that only made it worse. Suddenly, praise wasn't allowed unless it came with conditions, and what happened next would only prove the point. While Caitlin Clark stayed silent, stayed focused, and kept putting in work, the rest of the league, led by voices like Angel Reese, spiraled. The drama was louder than the basketball. The focus? All wrong. Because when you're really that girl, you don't need to beg for the spotlight, you just earn it. And LeBron knew exactly what he was doing when he said what he said.
Understand what Caitlin goes through. LeBron is one of them. I think Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, are other ones. And so to have support from a guy like him.
What happened next was pure chaos. LeBron James hit send on a tweet. That was it. A harmless shout out to Caitlin Clark. And within hours, social media went nuclear. Not because he lied, not because he shaded anyone, but because he dared to tell the truth that a white rookie played lights out on opening night. Suddenly, timelines filled with rage. The same man who spent decades advocating for black athletes was being called a traitor for congratulating a basketball player. The comments weren't just petty, they were outrageous. LeBron's lost his black card. He's a sellout. He's choosing the wrong side. All because he didn't include Angel Reese's name in the same breath. That's what we've come to? You either bow down to the narrative or you're the enemy.
So, LeBron James is facing backlash because of his support of Caitlin Clark. We all know that LeBron James has been a huge supporter of Caitlin Clark since the beginning, since she came in the league. And he definitely despised the hate that she has been getting. Now, yesterday, he kicked off by saying, hey, great way to kick off the season. And he congratulated her on getting a triple-double. But nevertheless, after the situation between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
And let's not pretend this was about fairness. This was jealousy, plain and simple. The outrage wasn't about race, it was about relevance. The moment Clark got her flowers, it was like the entire internet forgot anyone else existed. And some people couldn't take it. The obsession with making Caitlin Clark's moment about someone else says more about the critics than it does about her. But here's what really exposes the hypocrisy. Where was this energy when LeBron hyped up other players, black athletes, veterans, rookies, men, women? Silence. No think pieces, no outrage. But the moment he gives Caitlin Clark credit for her performance, it's suddenly betrayal. That's not activism. That's insecurity dressed up as outrage. The uncomfortable truth? Caitlin Clark is shaking the system, and LeBron acknowledging it just put a spotlight on everything people are trying to ignore. She's not supposed to be the star. She's not supposed to take the attention, but she did, and now they're scrambling to rewrite the rules to keep her in check. Only, it's too late. And what happened next would only prove the double standard. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she took over. From the moment she stepped on the court, it was clear this wasn't going to be an average rookie debut. She hit deep threes like she had GPS locked on the rim. Her passes were bold, flashy, and right on target, like she'd been in the league for years. Her court vision? Unreal. She made defenders look like they were stuck in slow motion while she ran the game like a seasoned vet. The stats alone told the story. Near triple-double, efficient, explosive, but apparently, being great wasn't enough, because instead of celebrating her, people got offended, as if dominating on day one was some kind of crime. It was almost like her success made people uncomfortable, like she wasn't supposed to shine this bright, this fast. And that's when the backpedaling started. Critics didn't deny her skills, they just tried to downplay them. She's overhyped. It's only one game. Funny how the same voices stayed quiet when other rookies posted average numbers and got standing ovations. But Clark? She puts on a show, and suddenly the goalposts move. They say she's being forced down people's throats, when really, she just earned the spotlight and people can't stand that. Here's the truth they don't want to admit. Caitlin Clark earned every bit of praise. She didn't rely on trash talk or tunnel outfits. She didn't demand attention. She earned it through performance, and instead of giving her credit, they made it controversial. Because for some, a dominant white rookie threatens the order of a league that wasn't built for her kind of noise. But that wasn't the whole story. The real issue isn't that Clark played well. It's that she made others look ordinary, and they knew it. The spotlight shifted fast. One game in, and she already looked like a franchise centerpiece. So while others scrambled for camera time and excuses, Caitlin kept dropping dimes, hitting logo threes, and proving she's not just part of the WNBA, she might redefine it. To Angel Reese fans, LeBron might as well have committed a crime. The man tweeted a simple compliment about Caitlin Clark's game, and they treated it like an act of betrayal. No insults, no jabs, just praise for a rookie who showed up and showed out. But in their eyes, not mentioning Angel was enough to start a war. The backlash wasn't subtle. It was loud, bitter, and borderline obsessive. Tweets popped up calling LeBron disloyal. Some even claimed he was choosing a side in some imaginary beef, as if one person's success automatically meant another's failure. These weren't just disappointed fans. They were acting like Clark robbed Reese at gunpoint. But here's what they don't want to admit. The anger wasn't really about LeBron's words. It was about what those words represented. Caitlin Clark stole the spotlight. She didn't ask for it. She didn't campaign for it. She earned it. And that spotlight was supposed to belong to Angel. Reese fans weren't upset because Caitlin played well. They were upset because the attention wasn't on their favorite player. The jealousy? Clear as day. Instead of asking why Angel didn't get the same praise, they attacked the one who did. Instead of demanding better performance, they demanded silence from anyone who dared to recognize Clark's greatness. It's easier to play the victim than to face the truth. Their star isn't shining as bright, and that's not LeBron's fault. And what happened next proved just how deep the resentment ran. It wasn't just tweets. It became a full-blown meltdown. They questioned LeBron's loyalty, his motives, even his blackness. All because he acknowledged talent that was too good to ignore. That kind of rage doesn't come from logic. It comes from fear. Fear that someone new just stepped in and changed the game. Let's be real, this isn't about basketball anymore. It's about ego. because instead of leveling up their game, too many veteran players are spending their energy trying to tear down Caitlin Clark. The girl's a rookie, and somehow she's become public enemy number one, not because she said anything, but because she played better than most of the league on night one. And that's what really stings. She didn't wait her turn. She didn't play quiet. She walked in, hit logo threes, dropped no-look dimes, and suddenly, everyone else looked average. The vets didn't like that. The fans didn't like that. But instead of rising to the challenge, they reached for excuses. She's overhyped. She hasn't earned it. Funny, no one said that when less talented players got shoe deals for being loud, not legendary. Here's what no one wants to admit. The league isn't mad that Caitlin is good. They're mad that she's better. And that she's doing it without the drama, the headlines, or the fake beef. Her game is the headline. And that threatens people who built their brand on everything but performance. The jealousy? It's not subtle. The insecurity? It's choking the narrative. Every missed shot by Clark is analyzed like a crime scene. Every win is picked apart like it was handed to her. But those same critics go silent when she drops 30 and carries the team. They don't want her to fail. They need her to. Because if she keeps winning, what does that say about everyone else? But the story only gets worse from here. Instead of embracing the competition, these so-called leaders are busy acting like side characters in their own league, hiding behind passive-aggressive tweets, throwing shade in interviews, watching highlights of Clark while pretending they don't care. But make no mistake, they care. And deep down, they know they've been exposed. One stays quiet and dominates. The other can't stop talking and still falls short. While Caitlin Clark lets her game do the talking, Angel Reese seems more focused on headlines than highlights. Every time Clark makes a statement with a step-back three, Reese responds with a cryptic tweet or a shady like on Instagram. It's not a rivalry anymore, it's a one-sided obsession. Clark doesn't need to clap back. She doesn't need to post. She shows up, shuts down defenders, and walks off. Meanwhile, Reese is more concerned with how many cameras are on her during warm-ups. The theatrics? Non-stop. Tunnel fits, side eyes, post-game salt, anything to stay in the conversation, even if her stat sheet says otherwise. And fans are starting to notice. It's not just about who scores more, it's about who's really locked in. Clark's focused, calm, deadly. Reese? Distracted, emotional, caught up in everything but basketball. While one is carving out a legacy, the other is chasing attention she hasn't earned yet this season. The truth stings. Clark is everything the league needs. Professional, composed, efficient. Reese is everything the league needs less of: drama, distraction, and constant deflection. Instead of improving, she's spinning in circles, blaming the media, blaming fans, and pretending like being loud equals being great. Spoiler, it doesn't. But what happened next made the difference even clearer. Caitlin's silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. She didn't waste energy on nonsense. And now, while Reese is stuck refreshing social media for validation, Clark's building a highlight reel that's rewriting WNBA history, play by play, game by game. When LeBron speaks, it usually means something. He's not just tossing out compliments for clout. He's lived it, the hype, the pressure, the media storms. So when he looked at Caitlin Clark and said, "I know exactly what it means to be drafted, to be the face of a franchise, and to deal with people who don't believe you belong," it wasn't just praise. It was recognition. LeBron wasn't guessing, he was reflecting. He entered the NBA as a teen, with the weight of a city, and $1 billion future, on his back. The expectations, the hate, the spotlight that never dims. Sound familiar? Caitlin Clark is walking that same line now, only with more cameras and way less support from her own league. And let's not ignore what that says about the WNBA. When the biggest name in basketball sees himself in Caitlin, that's not some random coincidence. That's LeBron drawing a line between greatness under fire, and he placed her on that level. Not Angel Reese. Not any veteran who's had a decade to prove themselves. Clark. That's what made the backlash so revealing. LeBron didn't throw shade. He just acknowledged what everyone saw Clark delivered. And for that, they tried to silence him. They wanted him to backtrack, to apologize for giving her credit. But why should he? He knows exactly what it looks like when a league tries to dim the light of its own future. But here's what makes this deeper than basketball. LeBron understands the cost of greatness, the isolation, the unfair criticism, the fake love when it's convenient. And he sees it happening to Caitlin in real time. So he said something. And instead of people respecting it, they tried to twist it into something ugly. But all they really did was expose their own fear of what Caitlin Clark is becoming. Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the league, she disrupted it. And that's the real issue. Not her game, not her stats, but what she represents. She's calm, focused, deadly on the court. And that's a problem in a league that's been louder than it's been legendary for years. Clark isn't trying to fit in, she's forcing the league to evolve. The WNBA has built its culture on emotion, personality, and sometimes drama. But here comes a rookie who doesn't play by those rules. No trash talk, no tunnel theatrics, just buckets. And that's exactly why the backlash exploded. Because her quiet dominance doesn't match the league's current tone. It exposes it. And some people can't handle that. Clark's style is direct and dangerous. She doesn't beg for attention. She earns it, then ignores it. Her silence rattles louder than all the noise around her. And for a league that spent years selling hype over highlights, that's terrifying. She's not here for the show. She's here for results. And she's delivering faster than anyone expected. That's what makes this a culture clash. Caitlin Clark is a disruptor, whether the WNBA was ready or not. The veterans expected to ease her in. The media thought she'd stumble. Instead, she's breaking the system. And that system, full of egos and politics, is panicking. Because every time she scores, she makes it harder to justify the players who don't. And what came next made that division crystal clear. Clark isn't just redefining rookie expectations, she's exposing a league that's been too comfortable for too long. She's not loud, not flashy, not political. She's just excellent. And in a space that's built more on personality than production, that excellence feels like rebellion. So let's stop pretending this is just about basketball. Caitlin Clark didn't ask for the spotlight, she earned it. She didn't insult anyone, didn't start a feud, didn't chase drama. All she did was walk into the league, dominate from day one, and force everyone else to deal with it. And instead of stepping up, they're melting down. The veterans, defensive. The fans, divided. And Angel Reese, still acting like Caitlin's success is somehow her loss. But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Clark's rise isn't unfair. It's inevitable. She's not breaking the league. She's saving it. And the louder the pushback gets, the more obvious the jealousy becomes. Because the real threat to the WNBA isn't Caitlin Clark. It's the players who can't keep up. So now you've got a choice. Do you root for progress or cling to pride? Do you celebrate skill or defend drama? Because one thing's for sure, Caitlin Clark isn't slowing down. And the league better catch up or get left behind. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time. Oh, and if you're tired of the fake narratives and want the real story, do this. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss a drop, and sound off in the comments, ***, is the WNBA afraid of Caitlin Clark's greatness?